Hello, y'all. I'm back. It's 10:23 p.m. at night. Um, so excuse me, I got a yawn. Well, since the last video, um, I guess I try to research and learn more things, you know, and read up on certain things and watch some videos. So I guess the so-called public defender, well, he was telling me that there still is a chance to do the deferred prosecution thing. And then they said it will be completely off of my record, you know. But he, like I said, well, if I were to do the community service, how many hours would it be? And he wouldn't really tell me. Well, he acted like he couldn't tell me, but when I told him about the other man saying that at the court arraignment was the only opportunity for the deferred prosecution, then, you know, he said that there's still a chance that I can do deferred prosecution. But, in my situation, I'm innocent. I'm not guilty, you know, about, I'm not guilty about, um, you know, the crime that the cops wrongfully charged me for. Because, as I said, the cops were perps too. They were perping me as well. And so, I mean, the police incident really traumatized me because, I mean, even though I've been dealt with being abused by women before and men, and boys and girls and whatever, and even animals. So, but I am so traumatized, about, you know, that I couldn't believe that these were female officers that did what they did and not men. That they acted like extremely like masculine, and could have killed me. And I am traumatized by what they did to me, you know. And so, like, but I mean, I heard that a lot of the so-called public defenders that um that they kind of really don't care about us because we're poor, and that they just want to set you up. I heard that they get more money that way to set you up to look, so-called guilty. But I mean, if I would have known that it was against the law to go by that house, I honestly would not have gone there. But he falsely assumed that I knew, just like everybody else. But I really didn't know. And he's like, well, you knew that property belonged to the state or somebody else. No, I didn't. So I did not know that, an abandoned house belongs to the state or that the state owns it. I did not know that, but now I do. But I mean, so the deferred prosecution thing is that you basically just gotta do community service or pay a fine or whatever, and then it will go off your record, or it'll be like as if nothing happened, but I would rather that than going back to jail again. But then again, I would hate to do community service at the Gretna police location, because I'm traumatized even from my childhood experiences with Gretna police. Or if any of the other people that are doing the I don't even know how many community service hours I might have to be forced to do. But I mean, I would rather the option of just paying it off financially. But I mean, the public defender even told me that it was that I wouldn't have to pay a whole lot of money. Well, y'all keep saying it's a small offense, but you're treating me worse than a murderer. So, wow, I thought that it would have been like janitorial work for us to do, but he said cleaning police squad cars. And then like with my OCD and everything and my hypersensitive ear condition, I would imagine that they will make sure that I'm as uncomfortable and tortured as possible. So I wish that this would have never happened. And like they said with the deferred prosecution that you could pay $25 or $50 a month, but I would like to try to pay it off as fast as possible. If he told me that there's still a chance that I can do the deferred prosecution, but the prosecutor guy or whoever that person was, I forgot what his title was. The man with the bald head, he said at the court arraignment that was your only chance. But as I said, even though he kind of explained it, but I was still sleep deprived, and my brain wasn't processing properly, and I felt like, well, damn, I wish I had my phone. Everybody else got their phone, and if I would have looked it up on my phone, I probably could have gone in the line and did the deferred prosecution thing. But they had people in the deferred prosecution line that I don't think they went to jail or whatever, but they were there for traffic tickets or something like that. Because I'm like, what you do? I didn't ask anybody, but I'm thinking in my head, what are you doing here? You look too innocent to be a criminal. Or you look too goodly to be a criminal. But, just like in a mental hospital, I see people that look too normal to be so-called crazy like me. I'm like, you seem too normal to be here. So, but I mean, this fake public defender would not allow me to plead not guilty. Well, he tried to make it like as if I don't have a chance of pleading not guilty and going to trial. He trying to insinuate that I'm not going to trial. So, but I'm angry at the fact that he refused to be sympathetic or empathetic and compassionate about the reasoning behind, my mistake, my unintentional and unknowing mistake. Excuse me, and and then I didn't realize the laws with that was different from Pensacola, Florida. But as I said, in Pensacola, Florida, I saw homeless people sleeping on property, like sleeping by a house that was for sale, but it wasn't abandoned. It wasn't. It was vacant, nobody was living in there, but it was ready for someone to move in. But this house was unlivable and totally damaged. It was very damaged, especially in the inside. And the inside of the house and the roof was messed up really bad. Made me wonder if it was, it could have been Hurricane Katrina or Hurricane Ida. Or one of those hurricanes that damaged that house. But yeah, he just wanted me to be considered guilty so bad. So badly wanted me to be guilty, and had his mind made up that I'm guilty, and he had like no compassion. And he made it like as if everything I had to say was irrelevant. But I wish there would be something done with these people that's gang stalking me and forcing me to be homeless. So, and it's like I'm trying very hard to I have had some bitterness about this. Feeling bitter and sour. And trying to not let rage and anger consume me. I apologize if any noise outside, because I think I hear what sounds like loud bass music on top of my me having my earbuds in. But I don't know. I don't know if that's loud music outside. But it sounds like as if I think I can hear it. But anyway, but it's very fucked up what they're doing to us targets. So if they try to say that the judge is he said the judge is very heavy-handed and stuff, and it's all about money, So but some people are saying that since it's a minor offense, even though I didn't do it on purpose, can't you believe for me to say that I didn't know, or for me to say that I won't make the same mistake again? He even said that me saying that I won't make the same mistake again, he even insinuated that was irrelevant and didn't matter. But I feel like, how come there's no sympathy or compassion or empathy or whatever, But in like a criminal defense case, well, other than dealing with the so-called defense attorney for a couple of seconds, or a few minutes or whatever, with the arrest in Denton, Texas, when it was the defense attorney that said that, she had me in handcuffs and at the jail, and then she took me out of the handcuffs, and she told me that, with me being scammed online, she said next time it won't be, an accident or whatever, But now, people are saying that that the deferred prosecution is like the best deal, that you can just pay money or do community service, and then it will be like as if you never committed the crime. But as I said, I did not intend to commit a crime. I'm sitting here just trying to survive and didn't know, and didn't have anywhere else to go. So, if there's still I would hate to, even though I don't feel like I'm guilty, you know, I guess if that's the only thing I could take is the deferred prosecution, then I guess I would go with that. But he said that he will talk to. He said that he has. I guess he's trying to insinuate that the that he can talk to the prosecutor and get him to switch his mind or whatever. But I didn't have a lawyer or an attorney, and so I felt like why should I go along with deferred prosecution, and I don't know what it means or I don't know what it is, even though he briefly explained it, but I needed to get myself educated even more. So, but even if you are innocent, the like the public defender said that that the judge is very heavy-handed and will not and they even said during the court arraignment that basically no case will be dismissed. But then, like, what the officers did to me was criminal. But then they're saying that I have to take it up in a civil lawsuit. And it didn't look like they're so-called. I don't know if public defenders and pro bono lawyers, if they're the same thing. But I heard they have pro bono lawyers in New Orleans, but I have not seen any in Jefferson Parish. But like at first, when I first started to talk to the public defender, he was like, unsympathetic and had no compassion, and insinuating that I definitely will do jail time. But it's like, wow. All because of having nowhere to go and being homeless. But I heard that this happens to quite a bit of homeless people, though. Even if a homeless person is so-called trespassed from, with me being wrongfully banned from everywhere, even other homeless people, you don't even have to be targeted, but just homeless, and they will, have you wrongfully trespassed because they see you homeless. Like, I've seen videos where there might be a homeless man at McDonald's and police officers just arrest him just for being homeless, and then the cops want to arrest him just for being homeless, and then and then they have people who try to stop the cops from arresting the innocent homeless man, or they try to or they will try to buy a homeless man something to eat, and the police will treat the homeless man like a thief, and just want him to go down when he's already down, and it's like, wow. But but I hate that I'm in this predicament, because then it would be like more debt or more undeserved punishment. And the online stalkers keep taunting and harassing me about there will be more and more jail. And like, my social media presence is necessary for exposing my gang stalking suffering, and also sharing my writings, and also trying to get whatever help I need. But like in 2000 Well, you know what? In 2016, I did a few YouTube videos. And one video that I did, I didn't realize that I did a YouTube video and the gang stalkers muted the damn video. And then they would have people who come up to me in person and be like, "Well, I saw your videos or whatever. I saw you online." And I'm like, "Well, how did you even find out my name, or how did you come across my videos?" You know, like when I became homeless in Greenville, South Carolina, I was threatened with arrest just about every day being homeless on the streets, and they had zero tolerance for people being homeless on the streets. And then they criminalized panhandling, but at the same time they won't let us work, and then they lie and say we're lazy and don't want to work. And so I recently saw on TikTok right before coming on here, somebody said that they refuse to have a place to live because they said that every time they have a place to live, that they end up having a vibrating torture to their chest or whatever, and some other torture that they can't even live in a permanent place. So I'm not the only one of course I'm not the only one that's going through this. And there have been moments where, with me being homeless on the streets, they will vibrate my body if I stayed there long enough. Even when I was in Pensacola, Florida, but when I went to Pensacola, Florida, they went like about 2 years without vibrating me. Or over a year or something like that. And then after they wrongfully banned me forever from the Super 6 motel in Pensacola, Florida, off of not on, but close to North Davis Highway. I think it was 7226 Plantation Road in Pensacola. That Super 6 motel, they wrongfully banned me from forever. And then, so that the motel manager, Miss Mary, she made jail threats and threats to get me locked up in a mental institution. I started filming and recording her, and she tried to hide and everything. And she's like, "You're crazy," you know. So, and then the young white girl there, that it seemed like she was there just for the gang stalking setup. And then and then I heard that she got fired from working there. But she lied and said that me filming and recording the gang stalking was against the law. And they wrongfully banned me from there forever when, you know, perps in a red truck, one brake light, and you know, that didn't stay there, and speeding onto the property and nearly hit me with, and I could have been seriously injured, for them to nearly succeed at hitting me with the with the red truck and one brake light or one tail light, I don't remember. And then they hurried up and ran upstairs, and come to find out they didn't even stay there. But then I went to look, and nobody stayed in room 233, but Miss Mary had lied and said that they stayed in that room, that they were staying in that room. And then right after that, I was being gang stalked by a whole bunch of homeless druggies. You know. And then they started vibrating my body again. This was like summer 2020. Right after that situation with Alex Dupree running me out of Pensacola. So, with me being homeless, I cannot stay anywhere, whether it be a hotel, motel, like Airbnb or house, apartment. I cannot stay anywhere for a long time. Or even if I was at a homeless sleep spot, I could not stay there for that long. without them gang stalking me away from the area. So, and then when the other homeless perp, the homeless perp or the pretend homeless perp, I'm a homeless targeted individual, but they be homeless perps. I'm sorry, my words didn't come out right. When the other homeless people that if they be a perp, it's not trespassing when they sleep at that spot. And they sleep where they know that I've been sleeping every night. If you know I've been sleeping there every night and then you come, like the police or whoever, pay you in gift cards to come and steal that spot on purpose to cause me, cause drama in my life or to vex me, or psychologically, mentally, and emotionally terrorize me and make me feel threatened and unsafe. And a sexually perverted men will try to monitor me, when I had no place to use the bathroom, and would go somewhere to relieve myself. And it seems like they would park their truck there and gang stalk and monitor me all night long and leaving me in fear. And it's like nobody to support or protect, And right before I got beat up by the fake Jehovah's Witness homeless Mary, a different Mary, in Pensacola. Right before then, I had they had these perps that were trying to monitor me, trying to go pee, and then the perps, it's like I didn't even know if they were gonna pull a gun out on me or if I almost got shot. If I almost got shot and killed. And I'm sitting here defending myself against them gang stalking me or whatever. And the fake Kimberly Harper perp tried to talk about, well, you may want to stop approaching people and insinuating that I deserve to get hurt or killed or whatever. And I'm like, wait a minute, I thought you were a targeted individual, or I thought you were supportive of T.I.'s. Come to find out she was a perp. But Kimberly Harper was supportive and nice at first. Same thing with Pam Smith and a few others. But certain people online, they start off being supportive for a couple of years, and then they betray me. Like Pam Smith professed to be Christian, and she betrayed me and turned against me without explanation. So, but anyway, I showed y'all screenshots of the fake Darnell Williams perp, talking about that I'm going to be banned from here very soon. And I'm like, for what? I'm not even doing anything. So, but, hold up. So that was another, it was a narcissistic control freak, fake Christian T.I. perp that tried to leave dozens of bossy narcissistic fake comments, and spamming my freaking TikTok talking about ignore. And it's like, you have no fucking idea what I'm going through right now. But, I wish that I wish that YouTube would have it where if you block someone on YouTube, then they cannot see your content at all. I mean, um, like on Twitter and TikTok, if you block somebody, then they can't see your content at all. But what the trolls do is they make fake new accounts to come and harass and stalk. You know, so I mean, I got absolutely no help today, and now it's 10:54 p.m. at night. I got no help today at all. None. And I like I'm I have to check out of this hotel tomorrow and be back on the streets. And be at risk for more jail or more trouble or getting murdered, raped, or robbed, or whatever else. Um, you know, so like everybody's saying that it's the best thing to do the deferred prosecution. But I would rather pay it off rather than do community service, because I don't even want to go to the Gretna police station. I really don't want to, you know. But I don't even try to get into mischief or try to get into trouble or try to commit crimes or anything. But the online stalkers, they want to hunt for crimes to falsely accuse me of. So, like they want to threaten me that they're going to contact the police, the New Orleans police, if I'm panhandling downtown again. So, but then they sabotaged and bragged about calling up the Piccadilly and telling them lies. They contacted the airport and told them lies. So it took me a while to get a job opportunity. I got hired. I took all that testing for the airport job and passed the test and got hired. And I obviously passed the background checks and got hired, just to end up being wrongfully banned because the online gang stalkers lied. I never panhandled at the airport. I never asked anybody asked anybody for money at the airport. But the man went off of, oh, well, you asked for donations online, so he had the fake rationalization that, oh, you asked for donations online, so this must be true. And used that reasoning to wrongfully ban me from the airport and told me that I could not work at the airport either. At first, he was telling me that I just can't be there overnight, but then he said, oh, you just go to work and then go home. And then he switched his mind and said, no, you're not even going to work there. You're just only going to you're banned from there forever, but you only are allowed to go to the airport if you have an active ticket and are traveling. So that's like thousands of job positions and opportunities right there, or hundreds of opportunities right there that's sabotaged. Because y'all online gang stalkers lied on me. With the downtown hotels and stuff, with me being wrongfully banned or wrongfully trespassed from those hotels, that's like more job opportunities sabotaged or less opportunities that I have. But that the online stalkers, I don't think they had anything to do with that. But it was the in-person stalkers. You know. So not every hotel, but a lot of the hotels like the Hilton, Marriott, and Sheraton. The Marriott that's at 555 Canal Street, and the Sheraton Hotel, and the Hilton Riverside. Those three places, and Harris Casino. Like no, I can't have any jobs where I can work there. Even with temp service, can't even do it. That's less financial opportunities for me. So all because of being homeless, targeted or not, all because of being homeless, or homeless or not, all because of being targeted. But in a huge crowd, like with the I mean, imagine being banned from a place right when you're trying to go apply for a job to work there. Banned and told that you're trespassed and that you will go to jail by your own black people. Your own black people being oppressive toward their own race, but then they cry about white racism against us. But then look what you do to your own people. But I didn't even realize that the city of Gretna is still racist after all these years, or that there are still racial tensions. But like I've been feeling like very depressed emotionally, and feeling like as if I regret um coming coming back down here. But I felt homesick, and I felt like I missed, you know, being in New Orleans or whatever. But I would prefer to stay in the South. Even in here in New Orleans metro area, the winter, I feel like if I gotta be out on the streets in the winter, I feel like it's too cold or unbearable. You know, and like when I was in Cincinnati in the winter, I almost died. From weather that if it was in the South with that kind of weather that we experienced in Cincinnati, then it would have been considered like Arctic blast or Arctic freeze, but that kind of weather is normal up there. But I wanted to stay down south, but because of I wouldn't want to go down to Miami because that would be extremely too hot for me. But I like warm weather. But I like warm weather, but you know, I like warm weather, but Bloomington, Texas, and Miami, Florida is way too unbearable with the heat. And New Orleans can sometimes be unbearable, you know. But um, in Pensacola, Florida, I've had a couple of moments where I almost got to that point where I'm walking outside during the summer for like 30 minutes and, feel like I'm going to have heat exhaustion or something. But I had like borderline, like I had heat exhaustion multiple times here in New Orleans back in 2017. And I should have gone to the hospital like August 18th, 2017, a week before me and my twin sister's birthday. But I ended up going to the hospital on our birthday, August 25th, 2017. I imagine going to the emergency room on your own birthday because of the directed energy weapons causing you bloody diarrhea. And then, you being tortured with the weapon so bad that you got to go to the emergency room. And then your day is ruined by abusive, rude, narcissistic, fake emergency room doctors. So, yeah, but anyway, um, well, I don't want to be on here for like an entire hour since I did like a longer video earlier. But so I tried to fight sleep and then I dozed off at sometime right after 6 o'clock in the evening, and then I woke up at right about 7:30, and then I ate the last 2 slices of pizza plus the last lava cake. But I took the supplement today and I'm fine now. My body didn't feel weird today like it did yesterday. But you know, but I have only enough money for food to eat tomorrow, and that's it. I don't even think I would have enough money for food for Sunday. And I was trying to get as much hotel room as possible. And it's like the gang stalkers have turned away my support, and with me being forced to have private TikTok accounts, that's harder for me to get help. Because, with my TikTok, if it was open, then more people could be, my account could be more exposed to more people who could help. But I try to do live streams and everybody just pass me up and ignore me, But then they have other people who do live streams and get support. But like they have one person on TikTok that will occasionally help me with like money for food, and only once she helped me out with hotel room, but usually occasionally she'll help me out with money for food, and even if I don't ask, I never ask her directly for any money, but she will give her own free will donation and of money for like mainly lunch or something like that, But and there seems like only one person now that's helping me on YouTube, but on Twitter, excuse me, they're making my nose itch. That one lady that she had all the signs of narcissistic love bombing, but I'm glad that I didn't end up being trauma bonded and and manipulated. But I was able to see through her and got rid of her, and she would have ended up being like so toxic and damaging. So I ended up losing like more. I ended up losing a couple of more TikTok followers, and I had to block a few people. And I ended up losing a lot of more Twitter followers, and I noticed that I lost like 3 YouTube subscribers. But but they had somebody who made false promises to donate, and then they went AWOL on me. And then, so, but before I go, like, with the, I couldn't go to the, like, same thing in Pensacola, like, even in New Orleans, I couldn't go to, like, well, I can't go to the food banks, because if you go to the food banks, the food is food, like, that you have to cook. And it's a lot of food that I couldn't even take it all. And you can only go once a month. So, I mean, the 10-pound bag of raw chicken leg quarters, what can a homeless person do with that? So, all of it, like, almost all of it is food that you have to, food that you have to cook at the food banks, and like I cannot even stand in the soup kitchen lines for the same reasons why I can't even go to shelters. So that's y'all answer right there. And a lot of these churches be charging for plates of food. Like, be charging like $10 and $20 for plates of food. You might as well go to the damn restaurant. So that's your answer right there. But like, what the online stalkers are doing, they're meddling in my real life and getting me wrongfully banned from places and trying to set me up with jail or prison so that they can use that to traffic me, and if they can use that to try to get you to sell out. And I'm like, y'all falsely accusing me of crimes and hunting for crimes that aren't there, but then you want somebody to sell out, and once somebody sell out, then you can be a real criminal, but then you'll end up going to hell. So if I got to go to jail, then I guess I'll die in jail for not selling out over something frivolous. So, but I was trying to ask for help, for more hotel nights so I could avoid the streets and avoid jail, So they won't even let me work, and they won't allow me to make a living from my writings. And it's like every avenue is just like shut off. So I'm going to go for now, because I said I wasn't going to do the full 60 minutes. So, like, anything that y'all can donate or help me with, I'd appreciate it. But I just want to let y'all know that I have been going back to trying to look for more job opportunities despite my situation. And a workplace mobbed me off the jobs. So I'll see y'all. Thanks.